Happy holidays, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Cooking with Lily and Generoso. I'm Generoso.
I'm Lily.
And we're going to make, because I'm a little bit under the weather, I'm not going to lie, Zuppa, the Lenticchie Pomodoro. It's lentil and tomato soup. Fantastically easy to make, not a huge amount of ingredients. Total prep and cooking time should take about an hour, hour and 20 minutes at the most. So let's see what you're going to need to make this a fantastic hot soup. You will need a pound of lentils. I took the liberty of taking dried lentils and soaking them overnight. I highly recommend it. As we put them in the soup, they're going to have cooking time, but you really do want to at least spend that time getting them nice and hydrated. A bulb of garlic, courtesy of the Rafi Estates. Thanks again to Bob and Sherry for the wonderful garlic. I had some great bulb onions, spring onions as they may be called, about 5 good-sized carrots, a can of crushed tomato, a container of chicken broth, olive oil, pepper, salt. Pretty easy ingredients that you should be able to find anywhere. So we're going to do a little tiny bit of prep and we'll be right back with the first stages of our soup. So we'll see you soon. So we've done our prep. Let's show you what we've done. We've taken our carrots and cut them into nicely sized chips, just like little nickels. We've minced up our garlic. Lily's been sweet enough to finely chop our spring onion. What I've done now is I've taken our Cuisinart, I've put it on pretty much like medium heat. We're going to take it down just a little tiny bit. Add some olive oil, a lot of it.
Olive oil.
A copious amount, one would say. We love saying that here.
And that absolutely has to be extra virgin olive oil, right?
I think so, yeah. If you use lesser olive oil, you're going to taste it. You need a little bit of that fat to make the soup more complete. We're not adding any animal products to it. Let's add all of our wonderful carrots and our spring onion. And our garlic. Now the goal here is just to start to get it to be a little bit brown. So we're going to give it a turn. And you're going to want to cook this for about 3 minutes or so. You just want to, again, you want to start to get these spring onions to brown a little tiny bit. As with the garlic, the carrots are still going to be firm, but they're going to cook inside our broth for quite a while. So let's come back in a couple minutes and we'll show you the next step. So as you can see, our spring onions, garlic, carrot mixture has been cooking up really nicely. It's not brown necessarily, but it's definitely taken the oil. So at this juncture, we want to get our chicken broth and add all of it directly to our mixture. And then you want to add all of the wonderful tomatoes. Obviously, if you have fresh tomatoes around, go right ahead and use them. They'll be fantastic.
You just need to cook them down a little longer, is that right?
I think so, yeah, just a little tiny bit longer. We're going to go for an hour soup. If you're going to add fresh tomatoes, let's go an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes. Now you want to add a goodly amount, and I'm thinking like about 2 teaspoons of pepper and the same amount of salt. Obviously, if you do not like pepper and salt, do not add them, but then we're talking about my soup. So we're going to start off with this mixture, and we're going to let this cook on pretty much like a medium-low flame for the next half hour before we add our lentils. We want this to kind of get together, meld those flavors. The lentils, of course, add its own flavor, but we want to distinctively get all the vegetables together with the tomatoes and the chicken broth and create a really strong base for your soup. So we'll be back in about a half an hour as we return to the cup. And we'll see you then. It's been about 30 minutes. As you can see, our soup is at a nice simmer to a boil. And the tomatoes have mellowed down. I've had a little taste of it. And now we're going to add the core elements of our soup. And that is the wonderful lentils. Do not be shy. We're putting in a lot of lentils. You really do want this to almost be like a lentil stew. So make sure that all those lentils are in there as best you can.
It smells really good.
Well, thank you, Lily. This will help us out, especially me, who is, again, very sick. And One of the optional ingredients once this is done is to put a little pecorino romano inside, which we're going to pass on because I am a little bit sick and I want to avoid dairy, but give that a bit of a stir. I gave it a taste. It needs maybe another little, like half a teaspoon of salt, and we're going to half cover it. Leave a little gap, of course. Keep it on a low flame, and we're going to let this cook for about another 30 minutes, and then we'll be right back to serve our soup. So it's been about a half hour of cooking and about 10 minutes where we've taken it off the flame so it's not desperately hot when we serve it. And here you go, la zuppa de lenticchie pomodoro. I baked a little bit of bread to go along on the side, and it comes off more as a stew. I was one of Lily's questions off cameras. Should it be very soupy? And I'm like, no, think of it more close to my version of minestrone, which again, with some of the lentils break down, of course, and cause a little thickness to the soup, making it more of a stew. So I hope you enjoy it. Happy New Year. And please don't get sick like I did by going outside when the weather changes thinking that it's always going to be 70 degrees because you're in California. Take care.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.